extension, oh. Wala na camera. Malayo eh. Saan may nakasaksak dyan? Electric fan? Yun yung sa ano, sa cam 4. Wala atang doon wala ng battery. May battery pala eh. May battery pala. Meron. Battery lang. Dito naman no. Battery naman no. Wag na. Kasi mag-start na rin. Last game. Bumaba, ayun o. Ay, hindi yun. O, silensi nga.
And it's on to our second game in this PFL Sunday doubleheader at the Binyan Football Stadium. It is match number 55 with Kaya FC Iloilo and Davao Aguilas UMak. A big thank you for joining us, of course, on matchday.ph and on Premier Football. Claro Manzano here to bring you the commentary for this one. It was a nail-biter earlier to open the day between Stallion Laguna and One Taguig. And it's on to this one between Kaya and Davao. And let's take a look at the league table. And Kaya continues to stay unbeaten. Let us also recall that they do have that unbeaten run in local play. And we've been talking to these boys, of course. We've been talking to the players. That's not really on their mind. What's on their agenda is to get that win, get the title, and then return to AFC level football. For Davao, an ambitious team. They've been struggling as of late as we head over to our standings. Or our team lineups. It's a 4-3-3, and it is Freddy Cortez playing in goal. And this is going to be his second appearance for this club. But he's no stranger to the PFL scene. Lucas Del Rosario leads the way up front. And he's been in form as of late. Coming out of the bench, giving quality minutes. How will it be with a start? He's been able to make the most of his starts also with this team. Same formation for Davao, 4-3-3, but there is the twin pivots or twin holding midfielders from what we saw in the diagram passed over to us. And Robert Lopez Mendy is going to play against his former team for the first time after making that move. Troy Limbo on the left wing. There's Dini Watara at the back, who picked up the most clean sheets last season. And there is Costa Gonsalves, who will lead things for them at the center. We are awaiting, actually, or anticipating the battle between the Menzi brothers. Well, Odi Menzi is starting for Kaya FC, but Mike, his younger brother, is on the bench for Davao. And then you do have Paulo Bugas, who is the elder Bugas, and is with Davao, playing against his younger brother Pocholo. But we did hear that Paulo Bugas is injured. Well, we did see him actually in street clothes, so we are not going to get the battle of the Bugas brothers. Potentially, though, the battle of the Menzi brothers. If we have any siblings who are not going to be playing against each other, it's the Clarinos of Davao, given that they play for the same team. So a family affair for this one. Again, it's KFC Iloilo and Davao Aguilas UMak competing. But if we take a look at the statistics also, Saikuba Sisi of Manila Digger continues to lead the Golden Boot race with 13 goals to his name. Shuto Komaki is at number 2 with 8 goals. And then there's Rico Andes of Loyola with 7. And if we look at clean sheets, let's over to the assist category first. Shuto Komaki also leads the way for playmaking with 3 assists. He tied with Park Yi-young, who did depart the club in this transfer window. But for Davao, given we've seen their struggles as of late, Cartalarok with a pair of assists and is the joint leader with Alessandro Ricci, who did depart the club in the transfer window. But in terms of clean sheets, when we run through it, actually, Davao and Kaya have not been able to rack up as many clean sheets compared to the last season. Nathan Bata has 1 with Kaya and 1 with the youth national team when he was on loan. Patrick Dato also picked up 1. Dini Watara has 3. If he can make, or if he can get 1 this evening, and he will actually force a deadlock at the top spot in that category. But let's see, of course, how this one will go, as teams will take it to the pitch now in tune to the PFL anthem. What a tribute right there. That made me stutter. Robert Lopez Mendy joining the team photo of FC Iloilo, his former club, and is the skipper for his team, of course, Davao Aguilas. And there is, as expected, Odi Menzi for Kaya FC Iloilo, as we have some players to look out for. Lucas Del Rosario, as we mentioned, on a roll as of late. Could he be the answer here on who'll be that man playing up front, or will he be that bona fide tip of the spear for the attack of Coach Yu Hoshide and Kaya FC Iloilo? He has that opportunity, of course, and will he grab it by the horns? Robert Lopez Mendy, as we mentioned, is playing against his former team for the first time after making that move. Someone who's, of course, solidified that club legend status, and will bring in, of course, Dennis Lucindas, our analyst, as we have a look at Freddy Cortez, Kaya's new goalkeeper.
Well, old habits die hard for Robert Lopez Mendy, and he's used to lining up for the team photo beside his Kaya mates, Menzi and Jan Meliza. But now he's leading a different team and looking to provide the same goal-scoring skill that he's known for, leading the attack for the Davao Aguilas, who have been struggling of late with losses coming in a string. So for Coach Abaresgal, he's hoping that losing streak comes to an end. Kaya, though, has been the story of consistency throughout the season, even when the chips are down, even when it looks like they're down a goal. Doesn't ruffle them at all. And they've been able to come back, or when they do lead, it's hard to get that lead from them.
That's 42 consecutive games where for Kaya FC Iloilo when it comes to being unbeaten. That's racking up a win or a draw. They can make it 43 with a W tonight right here at Binyan.
That is some record, and the architect of all that, of course, is team principal Paul Tolentino, who's here in the stands with us tonight. And Kaya Iloilo, in spite of those 43 wins, has seen a lot of changes over the past few months, and goal scoring has come at a premium for them and for many PFL teams in this 2024-2025 season.
Was that header? It was there, but they could not connect. It goes south, and then it will still stay with Kaya, the team in black and yellow. And they are gunning for the big 4-3, 43. It was stopped. Yamazaki just cleared off by Dodong Villarreal. What if Davao could just kickstart things with a win here over the defending champs? That will be a massive confidence booster, a massive statement. As Lucas Del Rosario gave it to Jan Meliza. Back to Casambre. You can see the intentions of Kaya to attack, getting their outfield players in the attacking half. As it was picked up, a fall, the whistle. And Davao could not play this one quickly. Our referee John Mike Basina did say they'll have to bring it back to the spot right there. Assisting John Mike Basina, we've got Ismael Pasion and Ryan Colores. Raymar de los Santos is our fourth official. Christian Deo Soriano is our referee assessor. And Miss Cristina Ramos is our match commissioner. Dini Watara had to send it out. A number of clearances already for Davao. I'd like to think, Dennis, Davao will have to play a perfect game in hopes if they'd like to spring up an upset here versus Kaya.
They do, but they're also missing a big piece of their offense, of their team, in Paolo Bugas, missing this game to injury, and we were looking forward to the battle of the Bugases in this match tonight, but we're not going to have that since Paolo Bugas is out with a severe ankle sprain. As we saw them earlier in the stands, not suited up.
Yes, he is in street clothes, and I just gave a big frown out of sadness when I found out that Bugas would not be playing in this game.
That Bugas.
Paulo Bugas, to be
Paulo
precise.
Bugas. Because Pocholo Bugas is in this game, of course.
Yes.
Or he's in the bench, but that's going to be offside. Here, Troy Limbo, 2 yards offside. And that is
that can be a yellow card.
But to his benefit, John Mike Basinag looking the other way.
He still went for it despite of the flag being raised. Try your luck, as we know. We've seen that in the game. Menzies sending this one long. Holding his head in disbelief, though. I think he knew that his delivery was slightly off. Ferrer making the jump from one Taguig and is here again with Davao. Ori gets it. Eric Esso. I do have this question I'd commonly ask brothers. I did ask the Amitas, despite of Ace and Nano, despite of Nano still being, or Ace being in the UAP, Nano being in the PFL, who is going to win if they play 1-on-1. As this is that foul from Lopez Mendy. Decide to hit the deck hard.
Well, that's a large gap between Ace and Nano, and in fact, Ace could be Nano's son. But medyo malaki-laki ni agwat nilang dalawa, whereas Pocholo and Paolo,
it's a lot closer.
It's a lot closer.
Yeah. Well, of course, the answer of Ace and Nano, respectively, they said that they will win over the other brother. You love the confidence, nonetheless. But all, of course, it was a light moment with the brothers separately. And then I approached Paulo Bugas. Who's gonna win? Mag-1-on-1 kunwari, kayo ni Cholo. Ay, si Cholo. He gave his answer. He was very, very humble, of course. Cholo, as we know,
when
Plays
Maharlika
abroad.
gets to
Played
play
abroad.
Kaya, for example, you have the Angeles twins
There you go. Also,
playing against each other.
they even did get to play against each other back when Marvin was even with Green Archers United. Special moments, of course, for their respective families. Ashuto, his shot got blocked. Gets it back, going through. Losing the angle, and Dini Watara easily gets it.
Well, the other thing missing from this Davao starting lineup is oh, there, OJ is there. I was looking for where OJ was. Oh, sorry, that's Miggy Clarino starting,
Yes.
and OJ is on the bench.
And Dini sends it long off of Akito Saito. And so no ping pong around, sent to Ferrer.
Should be handball, but it's not. Sprayed wide right.
Options inside, and Freddy Cortez gets this one. And similar to what you were saying in that first game, a great number of players in the PFL have passed through the Stallion Laguna ranks. As Dennis was saying, he's like that godfather in the PFL. Freddy Cortez went through the Stallion Laguna FC ranks also and just played for them last season. He went back home to Southern California from Pasadena and then was signed here by the defending champions. We got to see the announcement that Walid Beru is departing the club as Shuto Komaki could not secure, and Todong Villarreal sent it this way. Lopez Mendy versus Casambre. Lopez Mendy gets it. What will Robert do? Got bumped from behind. It will be a free kick from the wing. Still a strange sight to see with Robert Lopez Mendy not in a Kaya uniform, but Marco Casambre is in the books of our referee John Mike Basinang with a yellow. There's the reason why. And there's Gabriel Costa, shortcut also for his name. He's just giving a high five to Lopez Mendy. It will be this service from the right as we have confirmation once more on the yellow card of Marco Casambre. And earlier today, it was a 2-1 win for Taguig over Stallion. Stallion Laguna did lead 1-0. But that game changed up after Abe Placito was given a straight red for a high boot at Daisuke Sato. Sato went on to score the equalizer. And then Omi Nazari made it 2-1. And what proved to be the go-ahead goal. As traffic will continue the way of Kaya FC.
I'm sorry to go away for a few seconds there. It's Stephen Ham came up and was asking, was it really a yellow card? And in the previous match, he was yellow carded twice. But my takeaway from that, it's good to see that people care about the result.
Absolutely. The passion for the league, the professionalism. Yeah, Stephen did pass by also during that break in between games to have a chat with me, I will say.
If we weren't in broadcast, I'm sure he'd want to see a replay.
Ferreira Cabral got this back underway. The flag points the way of Davao. It's Coach Yuhoshide for Kaya, and there's Coach Aber Ruzgal for Davao. Watara trying to help out. And Yuri Dalapo is on the bench here for the Aguilas.
The expressionless Yuhoshide. The man might win the lottery and you'd still never know.
But if it's a goal, he's going to celebrate that. Only exception is the foot race again. Casambre's on a yellow, don't you forget. And then it's a red light here. No good for Limbo because there's the call against them. Great stuff from Watara.
But Casabre is veteran enough to know how to manage playing on a yellow. It seems like he's been around the league forever, but he's only 27 years old.
And then he also played in the Thai League, of course, as we know. Menzi. Angeles getting it to Diano. Troy Limbo. It is a corner kick right here for Diano, says our linesman.
This Kaya lineup is interesting. I mean, you have veteran local journeymen actually surrounded by Japanese talent.
Maybe an outlier will be Jan Melisa, because he's been with Kaya for some time after making the move from Stallion.
From Stallion. That doesn't seem that long ago, but it has been long.
Yeah. Jan Melisa's bagged a lot of big goals already in his time. As that ball from Ferreira was just skied. And Aguila down.
Taken
Robert
out
Mendy will
absolutely
carry
by
on.
Eso. Yamazaki perfectly timed to come across Lopez Mendy. Player still down. This ball should go out.
There's a closer look at who's down.
Davao players accusing Eso of raising an elbow. It didn't look like that, but it was very aggressive coming into. Oh, shoulder into the chest, which would have knocked the wind right out of the Davao player, Victor Luis Ferreira Cabral. Gotta love these Latino players. Their names are as long as Filipinos.
I felt that hit just from watching the video.
Well, the air went out of my chest from watching that video.
Or from watching the replay, rather. Just a bit of a stoppage. And then we'll get this game back underway in a bit.
And in the background there, we can see our Binyan roadside crowd who've learned to take positions by that outside, by that far fence of the Binyan football stadium.
Even great after one of the Davao games. A number of them were asking for autographs from Paolo Bugas. Well, as we know, of course, he's got his strong following online with Team Pab, his initials.
Yeah, so whether you're watching the game from the stands, it's 150 pesos on Ticketmax, or for free from that road by the side of the Binyan Football Stadium, or on Matchday PH, live online, or our delayed recorded matches available on YouTube. Come and watch. The Philippines Football League this season has been the most competitive in many, many years. Right now, Kaya FC Iloilo in the lead of the standings. Followed by 4 points away is Manila Digger FC, followed by Cebu. One Taguig holds its spot at fourth after coming from behind and beating Stallion Laguna, who currently sits at fifth. Now Davao is at sixth, Loyola at seventh, Maharlika eighth, the PFF Youth National Team at ninth, and Menjola sitting in the last spot. And we see Lucas Del Rosario going down, who I fondly call El Basurero, for his knack for pouncing on those loose balls in front of goal for the easiest goals of the season.
Well, that also involves hustle, right place, right time.
That is a skill unto itself, Claro. Just being at the right place at the right time. There's no such thing as luck. You have to find the spaces and run into them.
Gotta use your opportunities, of course, and grab it by the horns.
And Lucas is a great story of taking his opportunities, playing for Maharlika a few years back, and really back at the time when Maharlika was a play-for-free professional club. And like Christian Schaffner, also getting discovered by the higher-ranked clubs. Schaffner, of course, now in Stallion Laguna and Del Rosario here with the number one club in the country. Kaya FC Iloilo.
And we mentioned also in the pregame, it's possible Lucas Del Rosario could be that answer on who would fill that void, right, in that Kaya attack up front. As it is now with Cortez. Akito Saito. Let's recall, Kaya FC Iloilo also played their last Shopee Cup game of the 2024-2025 season right here.
And that was a beautiful win against Singapore's Lion City Sailors, a 2-0 win on a drizzly Laguna night.
And then this one went out. Mutiano had the intentions of chasing it down. Throw in taken off of Lopez Mendy. And picked up. Angeles sending it long. Jan Melisa trying to put pressure. Clarino. Melisa got to launch it somehow, and then there's Dini Watara to the rescue.
Dini upset with the center backs who felt they should have dealt more decisively both with the ball and Jan Melisa. All 4'11" of Jan getting past the Davao center back.
And Nicky Clarino got beaten, but there's Dini Watara. The completely opposite emotion of when he'd see his teammates score.
Well, that's a very real emotion from Dini Watara, unlike what we see from him in Ang Provinciano.
Of course, that is where Dini Watara is also multi-talented. No surprise. 17 minutes into this game, still goalless as we speak. But Davao trying to come up with something. And here's the work rate, led by Eric Esso.
Hard press being shown by Kaya. And they're winning that ball now. But no runner to get on the Yamazaki ball. Cleaned up by Miggy Clarino.
Ferrer. Lopez Mendy. Akito Saito. Try to get it going their attacking way again. This one will ping pong around. This ball just getting altitude, not covering much distance. As Esso was fouled. And it's Victor Cabral. That is the short version of his name. Shuto
playing more central today than what we're normally used to seeing him out wide on the wing. Clever ball from Lucas Del Rosario.
And Eric Esso got denied by Dini.
Quick thinking there from Lucas Del Rosario. And earlier in the match, Claro, I saw a new addition to the Kaya coaching staff. None other than the Philippine national team assistant coach, Norman Figueroa.
Interesting. Dini Watara. Well, other than that also, there is Jason Pepito, the former Stallion goalkeeper. Looks like he's calling it a playing career by opting to focus on coaching now. A goalkeeper coach to be precise.
You know, we'll have to check because I do think he was still listed as a player for Kaya.
Pepito. Oh, I did have a chat with him actually.
I mean, he's not there today, and he's functioning as a goalkeeping coach. But Jason Pepito can still get in between the sticks, and with Wally Beru leaving Kaya, teams are required to have about 3 keepers. So you have Freddy Cortez in goal now, Nathan Bata as the first assistant, and Patrick Data, of course, still injured. Injury he sustained at the Mitsubishi Electric Cup. And there we see a replay of the beautiful flick on by Lucas Del Rosario to open up Eric Esso for a shot that Dini Watara was able to get down to. But going back to what we were saying, Pepito is the third keeper.
It's similar to Coach Edsa in one Taguig. Because
Is he still listed as active, Edsa?
they did that last season, and he made a cameo. He got about 20 minutes of playing time. I tried to nicely talk him out of coming out of retirement. He said just that appearance.
Well, one Taguig, of course, is
Focusing.
Quincy Camarad starting in goal. Bendeken is their backup.
A very reliable one, yes.
Very reliable backup. And I'm sure Edsa could still
Turn back the clock, do we call it that?
get a few clean sheets if he wanted to.
Ferrer Jr. starting at left back again, as we've said. Off of Lopez Mendy. And Freddy Cortez gets this. Diano. Jan Meliza just wins it, driving traffic, gets it to Lucas. Lucas was cutting inside.
Heavy second touch from Lucas, but the attack is still on. Eso bringing it across. Just headed past. Shoot to Komaki.
I believe that was a handball. That's why we have our whistle.
And that is what John Mike Basinag whistled for. Nope, Zanzan is not there to deliver this. Menzi plays it short. Back to Casambre. Now to Saito. They're going to shuffle along the back.
Saito diagonal ball. It was no good for them here as they return possession to the Aguilas. It's Iloilo versus Davao for this Sunday night of PFL action. Saito, presence of mind to look at the back.
Good idea there. To look at, well, Saito had ventured very far forward. Yamazaki now covering his position. Casambre still there. Calmly done by the Kaya defense.
They did get to deny any opportunity for Troy Limbo there. That's why Kaishu Yamazaki will bring it up slowly but surely as that holding midfielder. Yamazaki and Shuto Komaki do have experience in the Singaporean league. They were familiar with the Lion City Sailors and maybe their style of play when they had to face them in the Shopee Cup, the Asian Club Championship. Saito got it to Eso. The shove from behind from Ferrer Jr.
But it's
Eso unhappy, Ferrer being the calm head.
I was gonna say it's educational to watch Yamazaki off the ball, because even when he's off the ball, Claro, his head never stops scanning left and right. And for our young, up and coming, even advanced and professional players watching this game, watch what Yamazaki does on and off the ball, and in how often and how thoroughly he scans the field.
Something, of course, that a midfielder, or that trait in a midfielder. Saito, the intention to switch. He just gifted it back though. Kaya FC not in the same page at that time. It's Davao in white playing from right to left. Kaya Iloilo in black and yellow. Alongside Dennis Tucindo, this is Caro Manzano as we are bringing you the commentary for this match. We've had some heated moments already in this game. As Yamazaki with possession. Eric Eso gets it. Wants to boot it long. Davao tried to get forward behind Talarok. That ball came off of Shuto Komaki. Villarreal Sees that Ferrer Jr. is there.
I was just thinking about that number, Claro. 43 local games
They're going for 43. Yes.
unbeaten.
Yes. A win or a draw.
That is hard for any team in any country in the world. That level of consistency. Of course, when Kaya have been tripped up, it's been in regional and international matches where the level of competition is much higher. But they've really shown they're in a class of their own as far as Philippine football is concerned. I wonder how many local games unbeaten the storied Ceres Negros Football Club.
Well, they were undefeated in the 2019 calendar year for local play. So that was in the PFL and Copa Paulino Alcantara combined.
But that's a maximum of maybe 20 games, 25 games.
Approximately 25, yes. Long throw. Sent to safety. Casambre versus Lopez Mendy. And rattled off Marco. And we'll get a throw in from Chun Soo Moon. There's the option with Jomaray Sapal. We did mention the leading scorer earlier of Kaya FC, but with Davao, it's actually Robert Lopez Mendy. 5 goals so far in this season. But he scored 3 of those goals while he was with Kaya. They're trying to break down this Davao defense now. Komaki couldn't play Lucas Del Rosario.
And I'm curious why Kaya would let go of somebody like Robert Lopez Mendy. I mean, a proven goal scorer, when goal scoring threats are hard to come by these days.
It will be Watara, just trying to get his teammates forward. Yamazaki, can he secure? Not the case here. What an effort from Cartalaro, just tracking all the way to get that for them. Lopez Mendy sending it to the right. Overhit though. So it will go Kaya's way. I'm still trying to get used to Freddy Cortez wearing a Kaya jersey, I will say. Let's go out to Lopez Mendy. Lopez Mendy wearing Davao's colors. Who will secure? Saito under some pressure. Here comes Yarekeso.
Menzi pushing up. Daiso.
There was the overlap also. Kai as of late trying to go down the left. This one from distance, definitely denied by Chomaray Sapal.
Oh, that pass by John Melissa killed what momentum they had in that sequence.
This one loose. The Davao defense, a safety first, and clears it. But that just gives it back to Casambre and Saito. Almost half an hour done and dusted in this game. Still goalless as we speak. It's Kaya Iloilo in black and yellow.
But it's been Dini Watara with more to do in goal between him and his counterpart. Again, something in goal there, in frame.
The busier keeper as of late. But here they go.
It also seems, Clara, that Kaya FC is a team where there are clear hierarchies. Coach Yoshide, in spite of having talented rookies on the bench, still largely goes with his tried and true crew. I mean, you have You have Martini Ray on your bench.
Also Sherwin
And
Basindanan.
Sherwin Basindanan. Two FEU products who are of very good quality.
I did see a photo taken in Formosa where I believe Kaya trained right after Davao. So the players of Kaya and Davao who are from FEU all got together for a group photo. That's great from those guys, of course. In the danger area, and it will stay with the defending champions.
To Mardiano getting all the way up. Even as Kaya built that ball up, he was playing right back earlier and he was in the box. Quietly, he seems to have just jogged up and all of a sudden he's there.
You've seen a number of those miss hits also, not just in this game but also in the first one. And it's a foul against Kaya and Lucas.
Because the wind does play a factor.
You're saying also with how the wind would flow through and above the Binyan Football Stadium grandstand, I believe.
Yes, it does tend to blow from corner to corner. So from the left-hand near corner here to the far corner, the near right corner, where there was that now famous picture of a cat taking his nap in that corner, to the far left corner. That's how the wind blows here.
It's all about getting used to those conditions, of course. Dini Watara will resume play.
Pero kahit papaano, klaro, masarap ang simoy ng hangin dito sa Binyan. A huge departure from all the Rizal matches we've had where the air gets blocked by all the tall buildings around it.
Rizal Memorial, located at the heart of Manila. Here, of course, we're in Binyan, the outskirts. And Melisa got tripped, I believe, from Ferrer.
He got tripped, and there's an argument to be made that the ball came off Ferrer, but both linesman and referee in agreement that it's Davao ball.
Two teammates or former college teammates going at it. Ferrer just giving a bit of a tap to Melizas. Here comes Troy Limbo. Lopez Mendy. Could he keep it in?
He does. Oh,
A hit to the face of Mardiano. Then chested back. Mayori Menzi to Freddy Cortez.
nangamusta lang si Lopez Mendy sa kanyang kaibigan na si Mardiano. But that was a high extended forearm from Lopez Mendy.
Guess that's how he says hello. Earlier also the confidence from Mayori Menzi in Freddy Cortez. Seems they have that chemistry going already. Sending a ball back to the goalkeeper. If ever it goes wrong, it's a hefty price. That was off of Jan Meliza. Diano. The intentions were right, but no good. Meliza was trying to make a run for it. Ferrer Jr. is in an advanced position for that, hence he had to walk back. Gabriel Costa. Ferrer sending it long. It's to no man's land. But this is something from Freddy Cortez. He's got that great ball control. He also has the distribution in tight spaces, as we've seen.
It's dangerous. Dangerous ball from Eso and Watara. Could have come together there.
And Casambre will reset again for them. Akito Saito. Less than 10 minutes remaining until additional time in the first half.
Kaya with a very professional pace to their game. They know when to slow it down and conserve energy, get people in right positions. Then they'll hit you with diagonal balls or to runs coming in from their wing players. See Mardiano camped out here on the right. Could have been better, but you see what they're trying to do. They lull you with slow play, then they camp people out on the flanks, and all of a sudden, one cross that opens up, then a run inside, run towards the box.
Intentions were good earlier there, trying to find Yano, as we know. They could not connect earlier though, as Yamazaki couldn't connect with Angeles. Lopez Mendy. It's a foot race. And then Sapal, I believe, was blocked or had his path blocked. And back in the midfield now. It's the patient play from Kaya.
It's dangerous here. Limbo.
Gabriel Costa.
Oh.
To Lopez Mendy. Cortez comes out. And Akito Saito just wanted to make sure that Cortez got that.
Lopez Mendy's shooting boots got shy. One touch and he would have been past Freddy Cortez.
Here's a look at that one again. Close one. Cortez just got to stop. Saito making sure that he got this one. Back to the action. Lucas Del Rosario taking on 3. Some shielding of the ball. It's successful here for Miggy Clarino. Eight minutes remaining until additional time, and we are still goalless as we speak. But it's been mainly Kaya in this one. But Eso overhit this to Menzi. Cortez to Saito. Saito got to release quickly because Limbo's trying to charge at him. It's with him now. Ferrer. On the other end of a foul. The former FEU duo trying to go for it. Speaking of the FEU, no Paulo Bugas here for Davao Aguilas in this game. That's due to injury. So we could not get our battle of the Bugas brothers. The Cholos at the bench for Kaya FC. And this one sent long by Dodong Villarreal as it's with Cortez once more. When we look at the league table, it's Kaya on top again. 25 points thanks to 8 wins and a draw. Earlier, one Taguig did bag that 2-1 victory over a 9-man Stallion Laguna. That's correct. But this is going out. Seems we've been having a few of these wayward balls for Kaya.
It's very unlike Saito to be imprecise with those balls. Typically, he's more accurate than that, but in this game, we've seen at least 3 go out to touch from the right boot of Saito. Clearly a push. Mardiano with 2 hands in the back of Lopez Mendy.
Davao so far in this season with 3 wins, a draw, and 6 losses. That's good for only 10 points, and they are in the bottom half of the standings. Victor Cabral sending it back to make sure that free kick is taken.
I have to say though, Claro, there hasn't been much in this game to get us out of our seats.
Well, let's see, of course, how this will develop over time.
But the other side of it is that this season, Kaya has played so many games between the PFL, the AFF, Shopee Cup, the AFC Champions League 2. So a huge element to it is they know they have to be economical with their energy. As Talarok flattens the slight Lucas Del Rosario.
It was the enforcer Dodong Villarreal call to action. Looks like Jomaray Sapal had to be contained also.
Well, this could be the battle of the Menzis. If it's not the battle of the Bugases, if Michael Menzi comes in. Audi Menzi playing left back today for Kaya FC Iloilo, and Michael Menzi can play defense, can actually play in goal or on the wing. So ang dami sanang magkapatid naglaban dito, the Bugas brothers.
Yes.
Now the Menzi brothers.
And the only set of brothers who are not playing against each other from players listed, the Clarino brothers. At least they are teammates
The
together.
Clarino brothers are teammates.
For Davao.
So we have at least 3 pairs of recognized brothers in this game.
Shuto takes it.
Shuto Kumaki in front of goal. Troy Limbo there to just take the sting out of that cross. Quickly released by Dini Watara, but Kaya with numbers. Yamazaki.
But that was the collision earlier between Cabral and Melisa. Yamazaki is not afraid to get his body in the line. That was well timed from Yamazaki. And it was this collision after.
Parang sinabi ni Janjan Melisa, sa liit kong ito, natumba kita. Sagot naman sa kanya ni Cabral, di kita nakita eh.
You can imagine Victor. As first, there's this moment again.
Janjan Melisa with a left foot na may anting-anting.
Going back with this one, do you think Victor Cabral, despite of him being a foreign player, we're imagining a conversation in Filipino. And as Lopez Meni got his head to it, it's a foul against Davao. Here they go. Menzi from Casambre. Let's look at the players also who are listed as not playing. Other than Dato and Biru. Dato still injured. Biru, they did announce his departure from the club. As here's Melisa and skies this one.
That is a criminal miss from Janjan Melisa. The goal was almost open for him. He was uncontested there.
Sent it over the bar with his left.
Gotta get ball in frame from that distance.
From point blank, we could say.
If it was a center back shooting it over, that we can excuse. But not Janjan Melisa.
He's come up or he's bagged big goals already for Kaya. But not the case here.
Masyadong malapit para kay Janjan.
Maybe 2 steps back.
Too close. He was too close to the 6-yard box.
Saito got the tackle. Here
we go again. Beautiful ball from Audi Menzi. Lucas Del Rosario needed to direct that to the near post, but not getting enough purchase on the through ball from Janjan Melisa.
3 minutes of additional time as confirmed by fourth official Raymart de los Santos. Let's take a closer look.
Jesus Joaquin Meliza, formerly of Stallion Laguna.
With Kaya, big goals and big assists for him. A collision once more. Very physical games today.
But
right here.
that was actually Saito's fault. He let the ball bounce one too many times. Allowed his defender time to get there, but they were gifted now a foul in a more dangerous area. That looks to be Marwin Angeles was brought down.
Players being fouled, hitting the deck left and right. And we do see Miggy Clarinos being calmed down. There's the push from Cartalarok. And then I believe this was a shove from Totong Villarreal.
Well, Yamazaki just pulled back someone who was accosting.
Will this be a chance?
Shuto Komaki.
It's from a prime spot. Kaya could potentially take the lead heading into the halftime break.
That's within range of Jan Meliza's left foot. Or Yamazaki. No, Yamazaki's walking away. The other player over the ball.
Here we go. A minute remaining until we hit the third in stoppage time of the first half. Shuto Komaki to your right, Jan Meliza to your left. Eric Esso there just in case too. It's taken, denied
Over the
again.
wall, blocked by his teammate. Marwin Angeles with a chance. Or maybe it was Mardiano with a chance that was blocked by Marwin Angeles. Here we see the replay. Just around the wall. Oh no, he blocked himself. Did Marwin Angeles.
Gotta hurt when that happens, of course.
Hurts your pride when your left foot blocks your right.
Tini Watara will take this goal kick. Secured well by Troy Limbo at first.
Yeah, well, Troy Limbo did drag that ball out. Good control almost by Lucas Del Rosario.
And then that is how the first half ends. The Davao Aguilas are furious over that call. Lucas Del Rosario almost pounced. It's goalless as we speak. Plenty of action. There's the tension. Davao players arguing or protesting that call earlier, saying it should have been theirs. Well, we are goalless at the break, and we'll see you we'll see you, of course, in a bit. And we are currently goalless at the halftime break between Kaya FC Iloilo and Davao Aguilas UMak FC as we come to you from the Banyan Football Stadium. And it is your second game in this Philippines Football League Sunday doubleheader. Let's take a look at the highlights. And Kaya trying to knock on the door as expected. And Davao trying to utilize opportunities like these. But of course, no breakthrough goal yet in this game. Let's take a look at this ball into the danger area. Jan Melisa getting involved as expected. And force Dini Watara to put in the work. To add, it's also been a physical game from what we've noticed. Well, not noticed, but we definitely witnessed. We felt the intensity. There's Lucas Del Rosario and Shuto Komaki forcing a save. And this one was a close one. Dini Watara got to collect it calmly. And Lopez Mendy is playing against his former club for the first time. One has yet to breach the backline in Freddy Cortez and Troy Limbo.
It's been Kaya FC that's been more dangerous between the two teams so far for 45 minutes. That said, it's been a slow game. And actually, it seems deliberately slow by Kaya. They have this ability to keep the ball, slow it down. And while you're looking on the left side of the pitch, for example, they'll sneak a winger walking up the right side totally unmarked. And the ball from Yamazaki or Saito will suddenly find those guys up the wing. And then the attack starts for Kaya Iloilo.
Side overload and then that switch. Uy, may tao pala dun sa kabila.
Nakalimutan namin may tao dun because for the longest time they lull you into the sense that they're keeping the ball there on the bottom left quadrant of the pitch. All of a sudden they're sneaking somebody up the right or in reverse here on the side of Diano and Saito here on the right side, the defensive right side for Kaya. Davao has been struggling for attacks in spite of Lopez Mendy up there. He hasn't gotten much support from the midfield. It's the midfield of Davao that seemed absent in this game.
And when we do, of course, remember Paulo Bugas is in street clothes.
That's a big, small guy who's missing from this Davao team for today. I'm sure he would have loved to play and be on the pitch. Paulo Bugas is a gamer, and gamers want to be in the game.
Team Pab, of course, he has that following online, but Robert Lopez Mendy will kick off this second half for Davao.
Kaya, of course, with a few spark plugs that could come off the bench. Martini Ray, Cholo Bugas, Basingdangan. Young, attack-minded players. But that's the thing, Claro. Sometimes you have to be wise in how you mix these spark plugs who just want to run the whole day and the rest of your team. Because a lot of veterans on the Kaya team, they don't want to be running for 90 minutes, right? They want a managed style of play. And when you have Cholo and Martini wanting to go all over the place, the rest of the team will be forced to keep up. So look for those substitutions to happen with about 20 to 30 minutes to go in the game.
It's that strategy. It's that chess game between our coaches. As there was a bicycle to clear that.
With a foul which I don't quite see where.
Let's take a look.
So Lucas lays it off. What was that for? If we could have one more replay of that.
If there's points for style for the bicycle, I'll definitely give that though.
Yes, but what was it called for? Anyway, stick to the action here with Akito
Shuto
Komaki
yes.
on the ball.
The service.
Feeding. Ooh, Watara took out his teammate there. That's a shot to the head that's got to be looked at. friendly fire from Dini Watara going in the direction of Robert Lopez Mendy.
Back on his feet, of course, showing his stuff.
No foul. Lopez Mendy is going to get to this ball. But Kaya back in numbers. Snuffed out by Akito Saito.
And the defense getting down all together to come up with that stop. And Lopez Mendy had plenty of space on the right wing. It's this battle between Casambre and Robert Lopez Mendy. Casambre appeared to trip also. And then there you go, the defense to get the stop. Close one though. Cartalarok almost got to it. Kaishu Yamazaki.
He's going to find John Melisa on the right. He's going to want to cut inside as he does. Crossing left.
And stopped by Chun Soo Moon. Sent off or sent over to safety. A little back and forth or ping-ponging.
Not quite finding safety as it was cut out by Saito. Menzi was fouled by Cartalarok.
He's holding on to that left boot, I believe. Here was that challenge. Yeah, it was the boot from what we saw. Then of course,
natapilok din siya dun.
and of course, he's at full speed. It was played short by Shuto Komaki.
As they say, klaro, ang tumakbo ng matulin pag madapa, masakit.
Or sometimes when you fall, ano nahuli mo? Did you catch any fish? Eric Esso hit it to the right. No subs actually at the halftime break.
Good control there. What was the call? Maybe too good that it was a handball.
No flag up from the linesman. Who was
No flag
down.
up. But good run across and it was... no wonder. The control was excellent because there was a left hand involved.
So good there was a foul.
It was too good to be true.
Looks can be deceiving sometimes, as we know.
Yes.
Not looks can be this evening.
Okay.
We have the signal already for play to resume. You're catching this game on matchday.ph and on Premier Football. Claro Manzano here alongside Dennis Lucindo. We are still goalless and we are in the early stages of the second half. As Shuto couldn't play Marwin and Chun Soo Moon was getting involved. Ori sending it to Freddy. That's not the first time they've done that in this game, or they get it back to their keeper. They have that confidence already. Freddy Cortez only playing his second game with Kaya as there is a collision again. Or
Esso was caught late by Ferrer. Actually, Ferrer caught unaware that Esso was coming.
And Ferrer is
Carded for that.
He's given a yellow in his return to Davao. We know him, of course, for his hard-nosed play. Also fiery play. And he was given a yellow right there.
Well, Davao sure could use a fire to be lit under them. This string of results has been disappointing to say the least. And maybe the insertion of Ferrer into that team, into that lineup.
Let's recall again, only 3 wins for Davao after 10 games. Expectations were very high heading into the first half of the season. They entered the Christmas break on a dull note, made changes here and there during or right after the new year. Still not much to show. Well, they have that chance to bounce back. Melisa sent it in.
That was going to find the inside. Trying to sneak into the bottom of the near post. Dini Watara only barely got down to it. This replay, Watara, to be sure, had to get a hand to it, but I'm sure he caught a bit of post in the process.
I think that's what Robert Lopez Menti was trying to plead. It came off of the post and not Watara. So we have confirmation on Ferrer's yellow, but that's Jan Melissa pictured. Designated man for corners for Kaya. Left-footed service. Watara could not secure. This one's still up for grabs.
Saito. Overhead kick. Only as far. Talarok dispossessed.
Menzies shaken up. His captain's armband actually getting loose. And then there's the long whistle because it's a foul against Kaya FC. Notice that hit from Menzi over to Talarok.
And our microphones picking up a lot of the heckling going on in the stands.
That's how loud the heckling's been in this game. Intensity shifting another gear. And after that passing, they find Lopez Mendy. Flag stays down. And that ball is sent off for a home run, or almost sent out.
Very intelligent attacking there from Lopez Mendy, curling his run around Marco Casambre and doing the Erling Haaland move of slightly backing into the defender. Defender left with no choice but to check his challenge.
But he could not put it away. That's why it is still all to play for. 42 games again wherein Kaya FC Iloilo is unbeaten. That dates back to 2023. Right before that run, actually, they did fall to Cebu. That was 2 years ago already. And Kaya's streak in local play was threatened, of course, because they squared off with the Gentle Giants weeks back at the UP Diliman Football Stadium. As there's a long throw from Menzi. It's shaky at the back. Ferrer. It's with Melisa though. Eric Esso. I believe he did hit Gabriel Costa while swinging for the ball. Well, Lopez Mendy is furious. Let's remember that Lopez Mendy is the captain now of Davao. Or Gabriel Costa was the man who took a hit. That's what Eric Esso was trying to swing and take a shot.
I'm curious also why a new player like Lopez Mendy would get the captain's armband for an established team like Davao.
Well, we've seen a few times in the world of football where an experienced player would come in and then they'd give him the armband. But I would like, or we also see some players who've been with Davao for quite some time. When I'm talking about tenure with the club.
Because captaincy comes with responsibilities outside of the pitch as well, and it's also you're helping manage the team in a way, and it takes months and years of knowing the team before you can assume that leadership position.
Well, we can presume, of course.
No doubt, Lopez Mendy is a good player.
Definitely a great locker room presence too. Yes.
Perhaps.
Who will secure? Ball still in play.
Good turn there.
Victor Cabral brought it up after the turn. Here's Troy Limbo on the wing. Gives it back to Cabral. Run out of space.
And Yamazaki very patient, waiting for the right moment to pounce.
And surveying again, as you said. And controlled well. That was by Lucas Del Rosario. But Melissa could not find Chuto Komaki. So here comes Chunsu Moon. Casambre versus Lopez Mendy again. Marco was there to send it to the midfield. And Cart lets it just roll out. And Coach Yu Hoshida continuing to stay emotionless, right? And
Emotionless
not catching
and
the ball and giving it back.
emotionless and absolutely motionless. The immovable, immutable Yu Hoshide.
Lopez Mendy. Captain versus captain. Talarok whipped it in. This may have come off the head of Troy Limbo.
Yes, as he was going away, the ball goes outside.
Things would have been different, of course, if Limbo got to receive it. We're just going back, right, with Coach Yu Hoshide. Win or lose, he's still his very relaxed self.
Yes, he's the same person, win or lose.
Unbeaten streak or no unbeaten streak, still the same self. It's been quite a physical game. Players taking hits here and there.
Well, Esso hasn't been shy about his challenges, and this has been a few challenges coming, and that's the second yellow.
We saw the yellow flashed and then the red. That's just marching orders. 2 games today, both games. We've seen yellow cards get dished out. Off of Sapal. And here's Gabriel Costa. And Esso. And Jomaray Sapal.
To be fair, that yellow in that instance was deserved. I don't recall when in the match he got his first one.
But this shift ends for Eric Esso after almost 60 minutes.
And this will surely handicap Kaya's ability to maintain, to get to that 43rd won or drawn game.
And just like that, this could be that.
But again, no change in the expression of Coach Yu Hoshide. All he had to say about it was he asked the 4th official, did he get a yellow previously? The 4th official said yes. And Hoshide just dealt with what he needed to deal with.
Now it's Lopez Mendy who took a fall inside the box. An intense game. Players taking hits here and there. Yamazaki sent it back. And Cortez will just secure this one. Let's recall Lopez Mendy's down. I just wanted to say also earlier that Kaya being trimmed to 10 men could be that potential spark or shift in momentum to the way of Davao. As Lopez Mendy gets back on his feet slowly.
But spark for who? Spark for who, Claro? Because Kaya has shown this remarkable ability to deal with adversity. They've dealt with being behind in the game. They've dealt with being down a man. Although it's very rare that they actually are down a man. Is Kaya.
Let's see which one or who will prevail, of course. Melissa. Just sent it in front of the mouth of the goal, but no good.
He got ahead to get it past Watara. Chose power over direction when all it needed was a toe poke. The dangers of letting the ball bounce, and complacent from Mickey Clarino. Taking a full swing with his left foot when a gentle caress with the right would have done.
And we saw also Watara got his body into the line, in the line, and proved to be enough to come up with that first stop before Melissa came up with the miss. And speaking of the Clarino brothers here for Davao, Coach Popoy, their brother, is in the stands here at the Binyan Football Stadium, just catching the action.
Of course, Coach Popoy, an assistant coach also for the PFF Youth National Team.
Along with that, a great number of his boys were called up to that youth national team setup. As it's another player taking or hitting the deck. I believe it's Shuto Komaki. No, not Shuto Komaki, because he's right there standing at the edge of the Davao technical area.
There was a forearm there from Robert Lopez Mendy that went across the face of the captain.
Oh, it's Audi.
Audi Menzi. Here we'll see in this replay. There. Not really aggressive, not violent, more as of a leading arm to clear space for himself.
With that tension in the air, you could feel it.
Yes, and a quiet sorry pare from Robert Lopez Mendy.
And we've had a lot of sorry pare moments in this game already between the two teams.
Well, there were some moments when there's no sorry coming.
Hence, there's a red card on the board.
Hence the red
here.
card.
2 games. We've witnessed a total of 3 red cards already, right? 2 from the last one.
2 from Stallion and 1 now from Kaya.
Troy Limbo versus Diano. Chanman leads at tier 2. Sapal hitting it to the wing. This high looping ball now. Goes easily into the gloves of Watara. They'll try to continue traffic from left to right. Stretching this 10-man Kaya attack, or this 10-man Kaya setup. And then this one no good for Gabriel Costa. Let's recall Davao pretty much revamped their foreign lineup from the last or from the first half of the season. The likes of Gabriel Costa, one of the holdovers. And with the ebb and flow of this game, it's another player down. Now it's Shuto Komaki.
We have 26 minutes to go, Claro. That will not be the last card in this game. And we see Pocholo Bugas getting ready to come in, so that might be the spark that Kaya needs. You said earlier that going down to 10 men might be a spark, but it might be a spark for Kaya. And there was a yellow card issued to the bench of Kaya FC. I'm not sure who that was for.
Just going off of that, Coach Yu will try to bring out some tricks in the bag. Or tricks from the bag. Back and forth now. Pushing and shoving in the midfield. That has become a battlefield with the intensity.
No, watch the rest of this game. Yamazaki is going to be he's been a silent assassin. I mean, he's been hitting players and, without calling much attention to what he does.
Not too obvious.
Not too obvious. I mean, the basketball equivalent of that, and he does it. He tries to charm his way through some rough play. If you remember Chris Chu, when he used to play for Ateneo,
yes,
he'd hit players, and then when the referee blows his whistle, he's got this pretty boy, innocent face na, huh? Ako?
Yan ang looks can be deceiving.
Looks can be this evening.
Ngayong gabi. They go for the back post. In front of the mouth of the goal, it's still in play. I believe Kaya players were saying it went outside already. But you have to play until the whistle. Shot taken now, and this one was out in the bound from the get-go. What a spell here.
So Freddy's argument was that it went out, not quite, but he didn't put himself back in play. Took a while. But Davao should have.
But play to the whistle as we know and as we say. And here is a double substitution for KFC Iloilo. It's not just Pocholo Bugas entering, but put in some veteran wits. And it's going to be Noni Arboleda entering alongside Pocholo Bugas, Mardiano, and Marvin Angeles. We'll call it a day. That's after almost 70 minutes.
So fresh legs coming in for Kaya FC.
And let's do recall. That's for a 10-man Kaya FC Iloilo. Cartalarok on the right. Wanted to cut inside. Ori Menz just got this. Yamazaki got his pocket pick. Shot taken. He did get to recover and stop that one. Cart flicked it here over to Moon. Showing us his footwork. Victor Cabral hits the deck. It's Kaishu Yamazaki. Lucas Del Rosario. His path was blocked. Here's another look at that one. This was a non-call. Coach Aber Rusgal furious. Arboleda, first touch of the game. Todong Villarreal also not afraid to put his body in the line. Cabral to Talarok. Oh, let's not forget we also have the Talarok brothers, right? Two of them being in Davao.
So aside from that sequence where the Kaya goal has been threatened by a ball that Freddy Cortez thought was out, you'd expect that with their opponent down to 10 men, they should be threatening that goal a lot more. And so far in the minutes, they've had a man advantage. That's been the only one. Let's see if another one develops here.
This is Saito. Got to come up with a stop. Not out of the clear. And it enters. It gets into the back of the net. A stunner here. Davao takes the lead. A goal in the 70th minute against 10-man Kaya FC Iloilo. Their fans who came feeling that one.
A looping ball. We're not sure if that was an intentional shot, but it found its way over Freddy Cortez. Here's the initial cross cut out by Saito, finding its way to number 9. It bounced. It looks to have bounced off Marco Casambre.
What it seems
Here's another angle of that sequence. First the cross, the low cross, cut out by Saito, balls up in the air. Casambre coming for it.
I believe Gabriel Costa got that one.
Yeah, there was a bit of a carom between Costa and Casambre.
The chaos there ended with a goal.
Number 9. Ito, Costa.
And by coincidence, there's actually fireworks to the right of the camera, but coming from outside of the
No, that's
complex.
fully intentional on the part of the PFL to celebrate a goal with fireworks.
I thought we've seen everything already in this game. Villarreal and Arboleda getting at it.
We'd like to thank the city of Binyan for those celebratory fireworks for that goal from Davao. Aguilas. Fitch Arboleda getting inside the box.
I believe there's the extension.
Villarreal in his way.
There's the extension of his forearm also. We'll update our live tally also in a bit with the standings. That big goal from Gabriel Costa. We were also left stunned because that was amidst the chaos. But Kaya again are down to 10 men because Eric Eso was sent off after getting his second yellow of the evening. About 18 minutes remaining until stoppage time. Things, as you see, favor the Aguilas. It's been a difficult season for them. They are outside and looking in at the top four. Bugas, or Pocholo Bugas to be precise, with the stop. And then it's a corner again for Davao. With us mentioning Davao, of course, outside looking in. They're trying to chase a top four spot in hopes of making it to the final series. But it's not just about making the top four. The teams who make or finished in the top two will book seats to play in the AFC competitions in the following season. Number one will go straight to the group stage of the AFC Champions League 2. And then number two will play in the qualifying playoff. Cortez from Casambre. Got it to Arboleda on the wing. But that ball to Yamazaki was red. And what a day of PFL football this Sunday at the Binyan Football Stadium.
It is Valentine's weekend, Claro. Hence the red cards.
I was going to say players showing love to one another. Extra.
You seem to have, the fact that it's Valentine's weekend seems to have escaped you, Claro.
I was distracted by the physicality. I was going to mention they're showing love with the forearms.
I remember you complaining of dry lips the other day.
With a heavy commentating load, of course. Well, it's going to be an Menzi long throw into the goalkeeper area of Watara. Pocholo got it to Shuto. Shuto to Arboleda. Ferrer with the scissors kick. Gutsy there.
Gutsy, but potentially dangerous if he caught Fitz Arboleda with that.
Similar with earlier. A Placito with a high boot hoping to get the ball. And then Taisuke Sato did get hit in the face.
Well, speaking of scissor kick, I still can't forget that attempted goal by Gab Abo of Maharlika. It's been one of our most viewed highlights on Matchday PH lately.
Emphasis on attempted goal,
attempted,
right?
But you know, people are saying if it went in, that would be a nominee for the Pushkas Award.
No doubt. And what more? Just with the attempt, a highlight, something.
I mean, just
watching.
Just the audacity to try something like that. It's really why this is called the beautiful game.
You miss the shots you don't take. Here comes Cartalarok to the middle. Trailer. Definitely wide by Costa.
Absolutely horrible from Gabriel Costa.
That went wide. And for a moment, I thought it was going to go out for a throw-in and not a goal kick. As Lucas Del Rosario steps off for Martini Ray. Here's another look at that one. The trailer missed it. I think it's not everyone's day today.
And he did have time and space to take maybe one more touch to settle that ball for a proper shot on target.
Possibly the nerves or the gigil, especially with the intensity of this game. But that goal earlier of Gabriel Costa is his fourth of the season. He did score in that game of Davao against Kaya, also in the first round. As here is this
Martini Ray introducing himself into the game with a header that was just wide of Dini Watara's goal. And that's why Watara is there shouting to his teammates to wake up. Because with the man advantage, definitely nobody should be unmarked in the box at the 6-yard line the way Martini Ray was open and available that day. As available as Claro Manzano is these days.
My days are very busy commentating, though.
Whatever, Claro.
Whatever you want to say. But here's an interesting thing, or something interesting. In the first round, Davao and Kaya battled to a 1-1 draw. Gabriel Costa, he was the goal scorer also the last time these two teams squared off. And then Martini Ray, the goal scorer of Kaya. These guys canceled each other out. And I've run out of words already to describe the different falls, the different fouls in this game. But the evident pull from Yamazaki. And the back left slightly exposed. No Akito Saito. The fullbacks were there, Ori Menzi, and fullback Ori Menzi and Marco Casambre. Promising long ball as Moon sent it over.
There's a goal coming in this game, Claro. A goal and one or two more cards.
A card, as you said. Yellow or red?
Let's start with the yellow first.
Okay. I'll take that from you. Pocholo Bugas.
Beautiful skill to find Saito, but nobody there to reward Saito's industry. Sorry, Shuto Komaki.
Sending it from the left. And these two, this Japanese dynamic duo in the midfield, Shuto Komaki and Kaishu Yamazaki. That's the looks can be this evening tandem.
But here's a known killer coming in. Uriel Dalapo set to come in. Let's see where Coach Aber Rusgal places him in this game.
As we do recall, right, he was inserted at central midfield about 2 games.
It was against Maharlika that he was put in central midfield, and frankly he struggles in that position.
It was also against Mindjolo and Davao were trimmed to 10 men, but that was more of an emergency setup. And this one, Davao at full strength, Kaya down to 10 players. His ball definitely.
Good idea from Martini Ray, just a little too heavy.
And it is Dalapo in and Talarok out. We can assume initially that Dalapo will enter on the right wing. That's where Talarok was deployed this evening. Will he help Davao, or will he get that insurance goal for them? Astini Watara is down. They are up 1-0. Are these the tricks in the bag? Just guessing, of course. Here's a look again. Gabriel Costa. This ball.
So you'll see he'll come for this. It hit Casambre's face. Deflected up.
Another look here. And there was Saito who got his boot to it to stop that ball that was put just outside of the 6-yard box. But from the other angle we saw it came off the face of Casambre.
It was just a glance. As originally kicked, it would have gone out side of the post.
Work cut out for Coach Yu Oshida and his crew. They've been in similar circumstances.
This situation definitely doesn't phase Coach Yu Hoshide or the Kaya organization, for that matter.
Been there, done that.
Been that.
They've been able to dig themselves out of deficits or holes. As Watara takes his time. Distance not a problem there. Arboleda under pressure from Troy Limbo. The time continues to tick as it's with Lopez Mendy.
Beautifully timed challenge from Ferrer, waiting for the turn from Janjan Melisa.
Limbo on the left. Got it over to Gabriel Costa. And this one rolls out. We'll go back to the defending champions.
So another roll of the dice from Coach Yu Hoshida, and the last one bringing in Sherwin Basindanan and Simone Rota. Simone Rota, we can expect, would likely be a substitution for Marco Casambre.
And let's recall Casambre is on a yellow. He picked that up early in the game. That is after a foul against Robert Lopez Mendy. Marcos sends this long. Pocholo Bugas collects. Ran out of space. But should this result stick, Kaya will be stagnant on 25 points, but will still be 4 points clear of Manila Digger. And then Davao will get within 3 points of Stallion Laguna, but Stallion does have a match on hand as opposed to Davao. And it is Sherwin Basindanan entering the game alongside Simone Rota.
But Manila Digger has a game in hand which they will play tomorrow against 10th ranked Mendiola.
And it's
So
Digger.
it's Digger against Mendiola. So let's say Digger does win tomorrow, they will climb to within 1 point of Kaya, Iloilo FC. And that's going to be a foul on Saito, pushing down Robert Lopez Mendy with about 7 minutes to go in this contest of regulation.
Akito Saito now with the armband, with Odi Menzi getting subbed off. Close one there as Martini gave it to Yamazaki.
They have numbers there on the right. Fitch just behind Basindanan. Basindanan with legs to run, tackled away by Ferrer, but only for a corner. And this is where Kaya can be very dangerous. Energetic legs, fresh in to leap for this ball. Simone Rota also, his tall presence, surely a target there in the middle.
And the usual pushing and shoving inside the goalkeeper box. Less than 6 minutes remaining until additional time. Kaya not leaving any players at the half line. It's Freddy Cortez, their goalkeeper. No defenders at the half line in case. As this ball is picked up by Cabral. I presume Freddy Cortez will take this throw in, given that time is not on their side. Well, not the case. They used him as that receiver or outlet. Try to find the wing. Cholo Bugas. Basindanan and outside. Desperation time from Kaya. Akito Saito now in a forward position as they are desperately searching for an equalizer.
So it's Tamarao time for Kaya FC Iloilo with Basindanan, Ray, Bugas leading their attack.
Bugas did go to FEU High School and then skipped playing the seniors level of the UAP. I like that. Tamarao time. Watara got to punch it. Still not out of the clear. Shooter will try to collect. Hit it out wide. Back to Cholo.
Yamazaki for the reset.
Sending this one into the box. Watara wanted an offside call. Flag definitely down. Basindanan. Rota. A sub. Dini gets this one. Well, let's recall it was Gabriel Costa who found the back of the net for Davao. A goal amidst the chaos earlier. Here's a look at the heroics of Dini. Soaring above that while intercepting that ball and denying Arboleda. The time here will go by fast for Kaya. This one will feel like an eternity for Davao, who are in the lead.
From the previous sequences, we can see that Kaya is committed to trying to get at least a point from this game. Those crosses from wide to be met by a phalanx of Kaya attackers.
Quite a collision there.
Well, not looking to play the ball was Basindanan, and at this point of the game, when you're down 1-0, you want to avoid committing these fouls because you're playing to the hand of your opponent who wants to waste time. Basindanan, of course, a rookie in the PFL this season. A little over-eager in the challenge.
Masindanan definitely one of the younger guys, yes. And he's actually the next door neighbor of Jovin Badik. As Ray whipped it in.
Over the head of Cholo Bugas, who's found his way inside.
Sherwin the cross. Dini did not secure it completely. Davao's backline had to clear it.
This is going to be a race between Rota and Lopez Mendy. That's dangerous. Lopez Mendy making Simone Rota pay.
And then he recovers right here. And I'm sure Simone Rota said, age is just a number.
The timeless, ageless Simone Rota finding enough in those legs to get back.
Here was that play with Watara. He's sending it away. And then Davao's backline, or Davao's entire crew cleaning up. But here's a look at this again. Rota managed to recover. And Rota also, of course, knows the game of Lopez Mendy. And we thought for a moment that Lopez Mendy was going to win that with his speed over Rota. And it seems they have the intention of wasting time in the corner. Let the games begin. But it is unsuccessful of sorts for Davao because it is a Kaya throw-in. This one from deep though. Less than 40 seconds until we get confirmation of our additional time. Villarreal trying to send it to safety. Freddy Cortez got this one. Pasindanan. Yamazaki. Some pulling there. And then Ferrer gets the stop. Anticipation here for added time. Referee Raymar de los Santos heads over to the half line as Villarreal gets another clearance. 8 minutes of additional time. An eternity in this one. They cross as expected, but Saito could not frame it.
Again, largely unmarked. Yes, there was somebody in front of him, but too free for that header.
4 players well inside the box were calling for it. Of course, that you call it hospitality. Here's the ball. Let's get this going underway. We know that you're trying to burn time from the clock with you guys leading.
This is gonna be a card. That will be a card for time wasting.
He does not want to elevate that to a red. As Watara carries on with his antics. What we can expect then is, with the way time has been managed in games, this will be put on top of the 8 minutes. But that's all under the discretion of referee John Mike Basinang.
In a just world, Claro, it should be. But there's always that but.
1-0 is the score again. Davao leads Kaya. You're seeing that, right? Eric Esso was sent off also earlier. 2 yellows for Eric Esso, hence he received the red. And then Gabriel Costa from the back of the net amidst the chaos, but they definitely take that goal because they are in the driver's seat. They lead at the moment. There's a look at Coach Chaber and Troy Limbo. Confirmation once more. The yellow of Dini Watara. Precious seconds are being shaved off the clock as Dini Watara receives treatment. And he's back on his feet. We could say it's applause from both sides.
Sarcastic from the Kaya side.
And obviously supportive from the Davao side. We are awaiting this goal kick. Villarreal sends it to the half line. Off of Rota. Desperation time for Kaya. Martini wanted to find it out to Sherwin from what I was seeing. Yamazaki got to collect. If Kaya falls, their streak of unbeaten, or their unbeaten streak will end at 42 games. Akito Saito almost took a fall. And then Dini Watara, this one taking awkward bounces. And I believe there was the hit by Sherwin Basindanan.
Yes, and Watara will milk this for all it's worth. But Basindanan did extend an arm to Watara's face.
Frustration there from Sherwin. Here's a look from this
But
angle.
Saito could have taken a fall there and he might have had a case for penalty.
That one there, while he was taking the jump. But first,
But the noble player that Saito is, he will not fall on a light touch like that.
and then that was the hit of Sherwin and Dini. But with Saito, we did see that there was a body, I think, getting into the landing spot of his jump, I will say.
Saito had... I kind of commend him for not going down. But if he did go down, he just might have gotten a penalty.
The time continues to tick, and that's right, it's 8 minutes of additional time. But for the second time in the last 3 minutes, Dini Watara is down on the pitch.
But Dini Watara playing a very dangerous game here because at the rate it's going, John Mike Basinag will be fully expected to add time to the added time. And the more Watara engages in these antics of his, he is tempting fate because the referee just might pull a second yellow for time wasting.
And there's a change with Tinxis entering the game. One of Davao's new signings this transfer window. It may be our goal scorer who will be subbed off. There you go, the Lithuanian will take it to the pitch, and it is Gabriel Costa indeed who was subbed off. But Watara still down on the ground. And Gabriel Costa receives the applause from their crowd. And for those who just tuned in, just a quick recap. There's a goal late in the second half for Davao. They took the lead 1-0 courtesy of Gabriel Costa. They did pounce on that chaos. And that's how they found the back of the
So
net.
this ball is in play now because it was a drop ball.
Yes.
Or no, he's saying it's a free kick.
Interesting though, with the way it was returned, it was dropped. But
But again, if we're going by our just world meter, there should be at least 4 more minutes added to this game.
and let's recall, Kaya down to 10 players because Eric Esso received 2 yellow cards.
Over eager from Martini Ray, fouling in that position and allowing a few more precious seconds to be wasted.
But Davao out to get it into the attacking end and deny any Kaya opportunities. Arboleda got this one off the feet of Troy Limbo. That's why Freddy Cortez, not a goal kick. It's a throw in. I believe that was Basintanan. Dalapo making a run for it from that ball from Chunsu Moon. Shuto from Marco Casambre.
No, that was dangerous from Shuto. Moon dispossessed from behind. Now Kaya with numbers if he can release, which he's delayed enough. Will Basindanan get there?
Looks like he's running out of space, and that is the case. And as we witnessed also earlier, it'll be Saito to set this one up. And it is Jomrai Sapal, you see, getting stretched out. And as we say in the game of football, whoever's leading would resort to antics like this. Davao on the verge of ending this unbeaten run of Kaya in local play. 42 games. If Kaya miraculously bag a goal, that unbeaten run will continue. Unbeaten because they've picked up either a win or a draw in the past 42 games. But we are past added time due to the time wasting we saw earlier. It's all up to referee John Mike Basinang. It's a free kick from the left, and it will be Shuto Komaki. Kaya with a much needed roll of the dice.
Too strong.
And then this one hits the side netting. It's no good for the defending champions. The right-footed delivery.
So we've gone past a minute and a half of added time.
The crowd definitely getting into it. Since the first half, we will say. Goal kick taken. Cholo. And then sent out by Moon. The time continues to tick. We're over the 8 minutes already, as we've mentioned previously. Rota headed it forward.
That ball still being lobbed around. Very dangerous spot.
And cleared off. And then a substitution with Richard Talarok entering.
Robert Lopez Mendy now being taken off captain's armband, passed on to Richard Talarok.
Lopez Mendy will end this shift.
So we've gone past 3 minutes of added time. Yamazaki trying to find Basindanan on the right side. Ball headed out. Fitch Arboleda for the longer throw.
Bodies all back in the Davao defending third. Rota sending it in. Watara gets this one. And then you have it right there, the full-time whistle. The streak of Kaya FC Iloilo is over, but that is in local play again. It ends at 42. Davao celebrating this one. A massive result to add 3 points to their tally. They sit in the bottom half of the table. But this was a game that was full of physicality. 2 emotional games here this Sunday at the Binyan Football Stadium. The defending Philippines Football League champions take their first loss of the season. Their first loss in 2 years. Their team loving it. Their community loving it. And we're going to honor our man of the match also in a bit, but let's recall that our lone goal this evening was courtesy of Gabriel Costa. We are sure they were up to something when they opted to retain Gabriel Costa over the transfer window, given that they signed him in the middle of last calendar year. Confirmation of our score once more. It is Gabriel Costa, the lone goal scorer in our second game today at the Binyan Football Stadium. I've run out of words to describe this game.
Well, it was a game of 2 halves, Claro. The first one decidedly slower in tempo, but the second half we saw fireworks. We saw yellows and reds.
In the 2 games we had today, we got to see red cards dished out, 1 red card each. Kaya stagnant at 25 because of this loss. But our man of the match is Gabriel Costa. Big win here for Davao Aguilas and the crew of coach Shaber Luzgal. It's been a tough season for them so far. Well, upset here. It is number 6 Davao defeating number 1.
So Davao now goes up to 16 points.
Up to 13.
Up to 13
points already, yes.
Overtaking Loyola FC on goal difference.
The goal difference now at 0.
And then 3 points behind Stallion Laguna. But Stallion with a game in hand over Davao Aguilas. And tomorrow we're going to see you again. It's going to be a Monday set of games here at the Binyan Football Stadium, 4 p.m. Loyola FC versus Maharlika. And then at 7 p.m. it will be second place Manila Digger FC versus Mendiola. Live on Matchday PH, delayed on YouTube, and definitely live here in the stands.
We've seen some nail biters at the Binyan Football Stadium, but that does it for this one. It's a 1-0 W for Davao Aguilas over the defending champions Kaya FC Iloilo. Kaya's unbeaten streak in local play ends at 42 straight, or ends at 42. But we'll end this one. A big thank you on behalf of Dennis Lucindo. And this was Clara Manzano, your commentator for this game. And we'll catch you tomorrow. PFL action far from over. But goodbye for now.
Tripod pati, no? Tripod di mo nakaraan, ah. Yan nga. Ay, hindi. Sama pala. Camera lang, ano? Baka camera lang iuwi natin ng NC. Ayun, sige. Boss Baldo. Boss Baldo. Salita. Pipit na naman. Bola natin, Boss Baldo. Kaya nag-define niya, boss. Kaya nag-define. Office. Ha? Office. Ano na? Kaya lipat. Kaya lipat.
Sa 24 daw eh.
Sa March.
Nito. Naghahakot. Andiyan na yung mga gamit namin.
Carmona.
Oo. Doon niya kami nagkuha ng gamit kanina eh.
Layo na. Carmona. Wala, boss Baldo.